YouTube right now. We're live on Twitch, connecting servers, and we are live. I think we are live now. Welcome back to HP Live. This is the #1 place for Pokemon news, rumors, speculation, sometimes leaks. We're talking today about the Switch 2. We got our hands on the Switch 2. We've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I feel like the whole world has been playing Mario Kart. Actually, some of us have been playing Mario Kart. So today we're going to be diving deep into our first impressions, general review of the Switch 2 unit, how it feels, how it plays, how it looks, how these awesome Pokemon games play and look. Also, yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, there was an announcement of a new GameFreak title that looks way different than anything we've ever experienced in a Pokemon game. There's also a new monster collecting Pokemon-like game that I think even in the trailer, the music for that game, I think it mentions a Pal World. So, anyways, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about today. But first, let's get right into the Switch 2. My name is DustyGogoat. Today I'm joined by TraderLumi. No! Hold on. Listen, we're live on Twitch right now. We're live on YouTube for people listening to the playback. So give me 1 second right here, and I'm gonna get Lumi in the fold here. Just having a couple technical difficulties. I think I got it right here. We got Discord, and we got Lumi. I think Lumi's with us right now.
Am I here?
Let's see.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, they should be able to hear you.
Okay.
They should be able to hear you.
Good. But yes, hi, I'm TraderLumi.
Yeah, man. How's it going? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired, but I'm already feeling the energy from you all.
Good.
Just flowing through me, through my veins.
Good. That's good. That's what we want.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
But
we
no,
want.
I've been playing plenty of Switch 2. Got it at midnight. That was my first ever midnight release, in fact.
Okay.
So that was an experience. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've been playing Scarlet and Violet on it. I've been playing Mario Kart World on it. What have you been playing on it, Dusty?
I've been playing so much Pokemon. I didn't stream as much as I wanted to. I started out pretty strong on, what was it, Thursday? I did maybe like 8 hours of streaming on my own channel. And then I tried to play a little bit a couple days later, but I kind of just like front loaded a lot of my enjoyment of the game. But yeah, I've been playing so much Scarlet and Violet. Violet specifically, new file. I don't know.
Oh, okay, you restarted.
I restarted, yeah, and I've got such a big
appreciation.
I mean, I want to talk about it today, definitely. I've got such a great appreciation for Violet now. I see the game completely differently.
Okay, good. So we're gonna be little foils to each other this episode.
Okay, great, yeah. So maybe let's start with that. Let's talk about the midnight launch, or maybe like how we actually got the system.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Yeah. So. Well, I actually, if you go back and watch like all our Switch 2 videos, I'm sitting there saying I'm not going to get it at launch. And the big reason why is because I am like certain that they're going to do like a Gen 10 edition Switch 2 console next year when like Gen 10 comes out. Because like, they did it for Scarlet and Violet. They did it for Sword and Shield. I'm assuming we're going to get one for Gen 10 and I want that. But then with the whole tariff situation, and then also the fact that like all the pre-orders for the Switch 2 were like pretty what's the right word? I guess clogged. Like they were like, oh, we're not sure we're actually going to be able to fulfill all these.
Yeah.
Because of all that, I was like, all right, well, I need to pre-order one, and I can just give it to my wife next year when I get the Gen 10 one, because she plays games too.
Yeah.
So that's what I ended up doing. But yeah, I got it from my local GameStop. I went there at midnight, and it was an experience. I told people in my live stream I did the next morning that deodorant is your friend. But but it was fun. It was a good time.
It was a lot of fun to meet. I met a lot of people in my line.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You can keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that was pretty much it. Mine was uneventful, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, so I was kind of defeatist when it came to like the whole pre-ordering. I think I was like, I don't need it. I don't really want to play. I'm probably not going to play Mario Kart when it first comes out. Like I'm really kind of just locked in with Pokemon. But once the two things happened, I started to. So I didn't even try to get the pre-order. And then a couple things happened where we started seeing gameplay for Scarlet and Violet. We started to hear about, how good these games are going to perform. That got me really excited. And then another thing started to happen, which was like GameStop said like you could actually get pre-orders the day before, and I feel like I'm not in that like too busy of an area, so that felt kind of achievable. I could just walk up, wait in line. It's simple, right? And then the last thing that kind of happened was like Toby was like, I'm going to start streaming and play through all of Scarlet and Violet. And that got me really excited because I was like, honestly, this is a good opportunity. I had some other friends just like chirping in my ear, like, sure. Switch 2 is coming out. Like just the excitement started to really swell within me. So that's what I did. I went to GameStop the day before. I waited in line. I got there almost a little bit too late. I pretty much like made the cutoff by like 5. Like if I came and I watched the last 5 people like show up right behind me. Like of course. If I came an extra 10 minutes late, if there was traffic, I wouldn't have got it. Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was surprised with the amounts they had because when I went at like 3:00 to like get your group number or whatever. And when I went there, there were some people in front of me who had not pre-ordered it, and they were able to pre-order it. And so when I walked up to the front, while the guy was like getting my group number or whatever, I asked him, I was like, just curious, y'all still have pre-orders? And he was like, yeah, we actually have a few pre-orders. And he said they actually had like a decent amount. He said Nintendo gave them a decent amount of like walk-ins. That's cool.
Yeah, that is what. Yeah, that I heard similar. The guy also kind of tipped me off. He said, "Listen, if you can't get one tomorrow, he's like, if you're not able to get one like at midnight, you can get one." He's like, down the street at the mall, there's another GameStop. So he was like, just go there first thing in the morning.
Oh no!
I think the dog just woke up from a nightmare.
The dog sensed danger.
Are you okay, buddy? That was crazy. He must have been having a bad dream. I don't know what that was. Yeah, but anyways, I got the Switch. It was great. I was waiting in line. Made a lot of small talk. It was kind of fun. It was almost like, it was a little bit like I started making friends with these people because we stood in line for like 2 hours, and then we met up later in the day at midnight. And that was another thing. I got the Switch. Sorry, I paid for the Switch, and I asked the guy. I said, "Can I come pick this up in the morning?" And he said, "He's like, if you don't come at midnight, we might refund you and sell the Switch to someone else who wants it," which is kind of crazy.
They told me that they would hold mine for 24 hours.
No.
That's
I
wild.
wasn't offered that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, I just gave you $500.
Right.
Oh, that was another thing. I feel like there was a lot of like core memories. The guy also, I was the last person to be offered the Mario Kart bundle. And because I had made friends with everyone around me, and I was like, this person needs it for their kids, and this person's going to Japan and wants to play Mario Kart or whatever, right?
You didn't take it.
Yeah,
that was sweet.
Nerdy Seb, thanks for the thank you so much for the donation. What do you say right here? May the force be with you all. Love Switch 2 already. Thank you, Seb. Appreciate it.
May the force be with you, Seb.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take the Mario Kart bundle. And then I regretted it like 2 days later, and I was like, I wish I got Mario Kart.
You can like get it from the eShop.
I know, but it's an extra $30, and then I'm like,
it does suck. That's an extra. You know what's funny?
I thought I got.
When I live streamed the next day, one thing I did at the end of the stream, I mainly played on Scarlet and Violet because, Pokemon channel, of course.
Yeah.
That's the main bread and butter. But then I was like, you know what? Let me actually pull up Mario Kart because, like, that is going to show off what kind of games are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 system, right?
Yeah.
And it might give us an idea of what kind of graphics we could see from that. And I was playing Mario Kart, and someone came into. I mentioned one thing about Mario Kart. I don't even really remember what it was. It was So now in the past you would, if you got like a red shell, you'd hold it behind you by like holding down the R button, or maybe it's the L button. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I'm a muscle memory person, but so you'd hold it down to hold the item behind you as a shield, but now it holds them automatically.
Oh, that's cool.
And so because of that, I kept like clicking to send them flying because I was like trying to hold it down just instinctively, because that's how I played Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And I said like, oh man, they shouldn't do that. And then someone like jumped into my stream and was like, you can't pay $80 for a game and complain about it. And I was like, all right, first off, I paid $50, so I paid less than all of you.
Also, the more you pay for it,
if you paid $80, you have every right to complain.
Yeah, exactly. It goes the other way. Yeah, the last thing was that I also met. There was a guy like live streaming. He was like live streaming in our area, just in line all day, and I didn't notice him until like the end. But I did walk up to him and I was like chatting with him, and it was kind of cool to like meet like another streamer in the area. He was on Twitch.
Did you know him beforehand?
No, I never knew him. I didn't know him. No. So like I was like awkward. I was like nervous, but I was like, "Hey, are you streaming?" Just wanted to say hello. Like,
well, that's what I meant. Like you knew, like it was a person you know of before.
No, I don't. No, I didn't know who he was.
Then how'd you know that he's a streamer?
Because he was
just,
streaming.
Like, saw this guy and
he was
streaming like wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was streaming. Okay. Yeah. It was
that's pretty neat.
I know. I'm like that takes a lot, of courage to like just or whatever. Anyways, so that was also cool. That was a nice little fun little thing. But yeah, man. So tell me how your experience was, because you streamed on your channel.
I did
gameplay. I watched a little bit of that, but I'd love to get your like take on just like, I don't know. We don't need to be too technical, but just like, are you enjoying the system? Because I was right out of the box. System. I was floored. I was like, this is worth the hype. It's actually incredible.
Yeah, so when I got the Switch 2, I even came home and like just recorded. I didn't stream it. I just posted as like a members only vid on my channel.
Yeah.
But I recorded like me opening it
cool.
kind of like, and I have my Switch 1 next to me, so I kind of was like looking at the comparison, like the size and all, kind of feeling the like, because like the Joy-Cons feel so different and all. Obviously the size is different.
Yeah.
But so the number one thing that I love about it is, I think handheld is actually even more enjoyable than it was. At first, I kind of worried about the size of these things. I'm a small guy. I thought the Switch 1 was the perfect size. But when I got this, I was like, I almost feel like I don't need a TV because this screen is so big.
That's
and
wild.
I've got it, right here. So it's like I'm looking at a TV, I don't know. I also didn't have an OLED before, and the Switch 2 isn't OLED, but it is a lot more vibrant than the Switch 1.
You had an OG Switch?
I got this, it was a Christmas present in 2018.
Okay.
So the Switch, I think, came out like 2017 spring. So it was, relatively close. No, sorry. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out in 2018. So I got it Christmas of 2017. So I think it was like within a year of launch. So I don't know if that would make it technically a launch era Switch. I would imagine it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's, the colors popped a lot more to me too. It's, again, the Switch 2 is not OLED, but it is like so much more vibrant than the Switch 1, I think.
It's a lot brighter. It's a lot brighter.
Yeah.
So I did have I had an OLED Switch, and that felt like a massive upgrade already. Like I remember, even maybe just, I don't know, the last time I looked at my original Switch, which is the one that my wife will play nowadays. She doesn't game that much, but when I go back to look at it, it's like in a box somewhere. The original Switch, there's already a huge night and day difference. But I'm with you, Lumi. Like I was afraid I honestly, one of my big fears was like playing this Switch 2 handheld, because that is mostly how I play. I play on the couch. I'll be with my wife, with the dogs upstairs. Like I'm not just like locked in the basement, right? Gaming. Another big thing I was nervous about, and this is silly, but the kickstand I usually use as like a grip, like this. You can kind of see. And I thought this looked so flimsy on the Switch 2, the kickstand, but it does the job. And so that like already two things were just like quashed for me, right? I was nervous about those two things, but so what did you mostly play?
I've mostly played Mario Kart. I did when I live streamed. I did play Scarlet and Violet for the majority of that stream, and then I did like one cup of Mario Kart, but or Grand Prix, whatever they're called. But I've mostly played Mario Kart since, like, just on my own, just because it's a new game, and I like playing Mario Kart with my wife too.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I guess that's like where we kind of get into my thoughts on Scarlet and Violet. It looks so much better. It runs so much better. But I'm going to be honest, I like on stream it was a little exciting, but I got off and I kind of thought to myself, like, it's a little too late though. Like, I know that's like kind of a Debbie Downer comment.
Yeah.
But if I can defend it for a moment,
please.
It runs great. If you have not played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and it was because of the graphical issues, that is no longer a worry for you. Go pick it up, go play it. If you didn't get the DLC, go play it, all that. But because I have played all those things, and because I've been sitting with the game for 3 years now, the DLC for 2 years now, I'm just, they're announcing Legends EA. We pretty much know Gen 10's going to be coming next year. That's where my head's at. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm so happy they did this. This is better than doing nothing 100%. But I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, well, but I am still bored of Scarlet and Violet.
Sure.
So
do you think you're like, because I totally get that if you're not interested currently in Scarlet and Violet. And while I am impressed, we'll get into it later. While I am impressed, I'm not like, I kind of feel the same way. I kind of am like, I can only play so much of this. Like, I started my playthrough. I like my team. It's been fun. Mm-hmm. But I'm not like, ooh, I can't wait to go back to play Scarlet and Violet. Like, I am playing it.
You've been playing it for 3 years.
I just opened it up. Well, you say that, but I don't do competitive battling. I don't really think I've done that much. Yes, I have been playing it for 3 years.
Anytime you've picked up a game, you've been picking up Scarlet and Violet. Whether it's the Rayquaza raid they did over the winter, or like you've gone on our channel and streamed, some shiny community. Are they called community days? No, mass outbreaks, whatever they're.
I don't know what they're called, but yeah. You're right. I have played a lot of it, but I think that is why I've been like, I'm so much more impressed. Like, I basically started playing this game, Violet, on Switch 2, and it runs right off the bat. It runs better. Like,
it does so much better.
There are so many more Pokemon in the world, which I've got to take about that. I do think it's a lot brighter, and that could be like the power of the Switch being able to like actually emit the colors or something. Everything is so like polished, like, and again, I say all this understanding that it's still Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, right? I'm saying it's great for Scarlet and Violet. I'm saying it's great for a Pokemon game. I'm not like, because obviously when I take a closer look, I go, oh, it's zoomed in on Nemona. That looks so awesome, right? Like everything's so crystal clear. Oh, I'm looking at these Pokemon, like the starter Pokemon in the beginning of the game, and you can actually, for me, see the scales of Fuecoco for the first time, right? Things like that were like really striking. I'm like, everything is so smooth, everything's so glossy. There's proper, whatever you want to call it, all those little like textures or like effects that are applied to the Pokemon. But then I look around it, and everything is ugly in the distance. Like, the world is still the world is still ugly.
Yes. Exactly. The art style is still, that was something else I told my wife, as I was like, because I like on stream, I did purposefully try to like be a little optimistic about it for myself, not because like I'm a shill or anything, but like for myself. I don't want to pick it up and like be running around and being like, I hate this, because then eventually I'm going to hate it,
Yeah.
But when I got off, I kind of, and I think I did think I really, really liked it at first, but just the further I got away from it, the more I realized, like, I'm so happy they did it. They needed to do this. They needed to do what they could for this game, because before it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But, not the game itself, but the errors, the performance of it.
And that always held it back for me. I don't know, man. I think, so tell me this. Do you, because I totally, I get it. I'm with you right now. Like, this weekend, it was fun to play Scarlet and Violet. I'm still not like, wow, these are amazing games. But looking forward, because you will inevitably return to Scarlet and Violet, right? I mean, are you like...
Sure.
But why would you not? The little smirk that you have is like a holdover from the performance of the game, the status of the game from like, even just a month ago.
It
right?
really isn't, because I still very much enjoyed the game despite it's one of the most emotional Pokemon games that we've certainly seen in a very long time. And I like that. I like story having depth. I actually love Kitakami. That's one of my favorite areas in
I played
Pokemon.
around with that a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I've been playing this game for 3 years. If Gen 10 releases in November of 2026, then I'll have been playing this game for like 4 years at that point. And sure, there's ZA, but that's a whole different experience. Yeah. So like if I want the traditional Pokemon experience, I'm going to be mainly playing Scarlet and Violet, like the traditional battles and all that.
You don't think you're going to like look fondly on this? Like I feel like, because like you've been playing Mario Kart. I feel like once you dig your teeth back into Scarlet and Violet in a more like intentional way, maybe that's for competitive. I don't know. Like I feel like you'll start to appreciate. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, I can't believe this is the game we're playing. I cannot believe it. I'm looking down at my Switch right now and I'm just looking at the colors and everything, and it just looks like a completely different title. It
doesn't look like a completely different title to me. I don't know. It looks like a fix, but it's still Scarlet and Violet. I think I did say on my stream that unfortunately, because of the art style, this is putting makeup on a pig.
You did say that. I don't know though, because like everything you said, I was like thinking that before I played it, and then now that I'm playing it, I'm like, yeah, I think it actually is a little. It's transformational. Like the fact that I've started a new save file, and this could be where this is coming from, right? Like the game. Oh, that's another thing, Lumi. The game ends up running faster. There are so many slow things,
so much faster.
Like cutscenes go by quicker. Like you jump into battles quicker. The battle animations happen quicker. Everything is so much more snappier. It's completely overhauled my literally the experience. So
yeah, I think though that's the issue with it is that I said earlier, if you haven't played Scarlet and Violet, pick it up because it is running a lot better now. But the issue is we can appreciate it probably more than the people who haven't played it have.
Yeah,
because we had the, version that wasn't performing so well. Meanwhile, these people are still going to see errors with it because they're playing it for the first time. So there's not like, oh, but it's so much better than it was. They're just like, oh, it's still has this happen. Like I even saw someone in our chat said, I was playing it and there still was things where the Pokeball was going through the floor against Katie. So they're still gonna notice those things.
Sure.
They're still gonna notice the ugly art style. So I don't know. I think though you did the best possible thing that you can do to enjoy this game, which is a complete restart of it after having played the version of it that has performance issues.
I'm making memories. I got a Salamence, a Golden Go, Armarouge. I got my starter, the Meowscarada. I'm still working out the rest of the team, but I feel like I get this new found appreciation and the contrast, the before. I just keep something else I was doing was I was taking screenshots right with my Switch, and then I'd go back into my SD card and look at the photos, the screenshots that I took on my Switch a month ago in Scarlet and Violet, and it's pixelated and it's grayscale and it's the most ugly thing I've ever looked at in my life. And then I just toggle once over and it's this beautiful game. It's insane, dude. It's insane. It's insane.
It is a big difference.
You know what? Here's another thing. I mostly play on handheld, so if I'm playing 720p handheld on Switch 1 most of the time, that is going to feel like a massive upgrade when I'm playing on the Switch 2. Handheld or even just docked. Actually, that might account for the the contrast that I'm seeing, right? I don't know if you mostly play on docked or not.
No, I mostly play on handheld.
Okay.
In fact, that was something else I noticed too. Is when I was playing it, when I was playing my Switch 2 live, because that was my first reaction to the Switch 2 at all.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd done on the Switch 2 before I went live was literally set my account, right?
Yeah.
And then so I've got a TV here, and it's kind of a crappy TV if I'm honest. And so that's what it was playing on. But then a little later that day, I went and played it in my living room, and I've got a bigger TV in there, and it's a much newer TV. It's nicer and all. This TV I've literally had since I was 12. And so it ran so much like I don't know, it was like the game moved faster, like you said, you know, like I was able to see like even more of a difference, I think, when I played it on that TV, and that was really cool. By the way, I don't want to forget it. We have a super chat here, Jazzy SB1 with $7. Thank you so much, Jazzy. SV does feel like a new game to me. I mainly played Scarlet yesterday, just bought the DLC for Violet because I do need some structure.
Nice.
Yeah, the DLC does. I'm excited. That's something that I've never done, is play DLC like within the playthrough. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing.
That's cool. That's cool.
Fun. It's fun.
That's cool.
I honestly
think with Gen 10, I'll restart at the when the DLC comes out, imagining that there is DLC for it, and so I can like play through with the DLC. Yeah. I think I'll do that.
If I could be transparent, I do think, I mean, I was venting about this to some other people, but like, I don't know how much I love playing a game on stream. I really don't. Like, I think I logged like 10 hours of gameplay on my channel, and I've been thinking about it the last 2 days, and I'm like, you know, I'm enjoying so much of this game live, but there's so much of it I'm not enjoying because I'm not taking the time to read the dialogue. I'm not taking my time to like just take things in, to talk to NPCs.
Well, you're multitasking. You're playing the game, 100%. But you're also hosting a live stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I am looking forward to playing this a little bit offline, because I played Sword version offline, and that was really fun to really just like sit in it and without the pressure of the internet or whatever else, right? I could really just treat it like any other cozy Pokemon, playthrough. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Entertainment's asking, Dusty, in handheld, how is the battery life? I don't really know if I have a good answer because I've mostly been playing docked. I got the dock right here. So I really just, I can't answer that too well. I can, for what that's worth. So I've been playing majority handheld, and I will say on Sunday, I was playing my Switch 2 a decent bit in the morning, and then I was lazy and I didn't dock it. And so like when we left for the day, I just kind of left my Switch 2 on my bed. I came back, played it again that night. And Saturday night I played it some. And then when I went to go charge it Monday morning, like actually put it on the dock, it was on 55%. Wow, that's pretty good. And you're playing
pretty good.
And you're playing a Switch 2 game, right? You're not even.
Yeah, I was playing Mario Kart World. I don't think I had even touched Scarlet and Violet those days.
I mean, that's not like 2 days of like active gameplay, but like.
Yeah, like it was on and off for sure, but it was probably, I probably did like.
I think that's a pretty
Grand Prix equivalent.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty appropriate like test too, because like. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's really just like, how many times do I have to dock this, right? It's like, how many times do I have to charge it? And it's not, I'm not playing 24/7, but that is true. It's like, sometimes I just want to throw it down and not have to like, I don't know. Are you like that ever? Are you just like, oh, I better, I feel like I'm like cursed with the future Dusty, right? Future Dusty's like, why did you not dock this? So I'm always like, thinking about any sort of prep work I can do now, so I'm not annoyed in the future. I've even like this with my phone.
I think that's like a less toxic version of what I do, where instead I go, "That's future Lumi's problem."
Okay, so, yeah.
And then you ever seen How I Met Your Mother? That's like a running gag. They're sounds like a job for future Ted. You know,
that's funny. That's funny. That is so true. We also Gendy has been a box legendary member for 10 months. Appreciate you, Gendy. It's good to see you here. They say the upgrades were like braces for teeth that already have cavities. Wow, that's actually a little bit better than I like that a lot. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Oh, Kayla's in the chat too. How you doing, Kayla? I don't know why Kayla's not. Kayla, we're gonna make you a mod real quick. Oh, look at this. We got a little buddy. What's up, Soul?
A little buddy.
What's up? I don't see Dusty's face.
Here, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's because we're on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Here I come. Here I am. Here
he is.
Well, there he is.
Oh, he just took Lumi's spot.
He did. I'm gone now.
I took Lumi's spot.
I've left.
We'll get Lumi in here.
This is my bed. Lumi's still here.
Hi,
What's
I'm
up,
here.
everyone?
I'm really tiny. I'm right near the Volcarona.
That's great.
How you doing, Soul?
I'm doing good. I'm a little tired because it's in the afternoon for me, but I got my
We'd love to
espresso.
see that. We love to see
Oh
that.
little
my
bit of milk.
gosh, I need that right now.
We'd love to see
A
that.
little bit of milk in it. This is my bed because I have nowhere
Nice.
other place to do
Hello,
this.
bed.
Are you in the same place you've been in?
No, I've been in
Okay.
like 4 different places.
Oh wow.
Traveling around life.
Yeah,
The
that's awesome.
camera's a little, however it is. I don't know. Different setups every time too. So
Yeah.
it took me a minute.
Ooh, look at me. I'm the same size as all of you now. The world can see me.
I'm gonna be looking down the whole time, but it will.
So Lumi, tell us about Mario Kart a little bit.
I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's all about what you're wanting to get from a gaming experience, right? But like for Mario Kart, for me, it's a fun game to race around in.
Yeah.
I think the free roam is pretty cool on it that you can do that, They say it's pretty bland. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty bland. But the idea of just I can just drive around, that's kind of neat.
mean, it's
Driving
Mario Kart. What else
between the
would you
courses
want,
is
right?
really cool. Right, yeah, like it's I don't know what I would ask for from the open world, so I don't really know too much of how to complain there. But yeah, it's
How to complain.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Is it really bland because the open world is really bland, or like because I've heard the tracks are like whatever?
I think the tracks are fine. There's definitely been like some crazier ones in past games, but like this is probably the craziest Rainbow Road in a Mario game.
I did hear that too.
And then but the open world is like there's just kind of not much to do. Like they don't
know
other
how to make
cars.
open worlds.
There's mushrooms walking around.
Yeah,
That's it,
weird.
They've got some stuff like little like collectibles you can get, and I think collecting them allows you to get a sticker you can put on your car or something. But like it's not much, and it's certainly not like a reward that I think a casual player like myself would go, oh well, I need to collect all of those to get a sticker,
That makes sense.
I wonder. So I haven't played it, but I wonder because I did see a little bit of rumbling like that. People are like, it's so like it's not very deep. It's not as good of a game. That could just be people like. That could just be classic engagement farming on Twitter. But
and people are mad about the price tag too, and I think that's showing up there.
But I wonder if, because I think something that happens, like when you title something open world, you're right, and when it's $80, there probably is a higher expectations for a deeper game. And at the end of the day, I have always thought Mario Kart's pretty it's just a racing game. It's not.
I definitely don't get
It's
the
not
hype.
deep at
I don't
all.
get the hype.
I mean, it's a
you're
fun
going
game
to pick up and get surprised by. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So
like exactly what you're getting. And someone asked me, "Is it $80 worth of fun?" I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I would not price it above any Switch game I've played. However, I got it for $50 because I got the bundle.
Yeah. And again, Hidden Power, Dusty is a shill. Okay, leave the comments down below. I really bet, looking at the track record, this Mario Kart game's probably going to be like, supported for the next 8 years with with updates and whatever else. Right?
Mario Kart A got DLC, or 8. I said A. Mario Kart 8 got DLC, and it got like new characters, and it got it doubled the amount of courses. Yeah. So I mean, it could do that, and they could very well go like that's the beauty of games nowadays, right? Is they could go people say that Mario Kart World's open world is a little bland, so let's add something to it. Let's put a little more life into the open world.
Yeah, definitely. There was I do want to go back to Pokemon on Switch. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Yeah, so I guess maybe my complaints with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So Soul, I don't know if you were listening, but I started a new playthrough of Violet. I did play it on stream mostly, but overall I think this game is completely different, and not just by the visuals. It feels different, it plays different, it's quicker. The power of the Switch 2 allows cutscenes to go by quicker, more naturally. You jump in and out of battle quicker. Everything about it is snappier, it's prettier, and there's you even have more Pokemon in the overworld, which we knew about before the game actually came out. But I feel like I got a couple takes that after playing and being excited and enjoying the tech of the Switch 2, I still kind of feel like I'm still processing the thoughts, but I kind of feel like the Switch Scarlet and Violet really, it's like they're still barren games. And maybe this is what like Lumi was talking about earlier, but is as much fun as it is to like explore a Pokemon region in 3D and see a bunch of Pokemon in the overworld, it's still just as barren as it ever has been. And I honestly think I put something online, but I was kind of thinking to myself, like, it kind of is just a glorified, it's like an even bigger wild area. There's nothing to do except just like find Pokemon. And that is cool. Yeah. And that is special, but that's still not like a proper open world game. That's still not, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's just
100%.
Yeah. That's even like a comment that Steven Yeun, who, Invincible, Walking Dead, Beef, he even like in an interview with like
the
IGN actor. Just randomly, he's an actor. He just randomly like kind of just hated on Scarlet and Violet and was like, I've been playing Pokemon with my son. The new one's open world. Go back to linear. Yeah. Like, it's a pretty funny interview. But like I think that's a common sentiment. Honestly, with like a lot of open world games, I feel like we're going backwards where people are starting to go, I think I'd prefer linear, because a lot of open world games, I imagine that if you're creating an open world game, your biggest struggle is going to be making the world not bland, because it's a complaint that was about Scarlet and Violet. It's a complaint that's about Mario Kart World. I didn't play Legend of Zelda, but, did they do a better job at that?
Not that much. That's the big issue with the whole open world Nintendo thing, is that people loved Breath of the Wild so much, but it really wasn't that great of an open world in the end either. It's better than these ones, I'd say, but it's still not a proper open world, and like they're just going with that,
Totally. NMT Arts has been a mythical tier member for 9 months. Thank you for all the support. They say, ahoy, friends. Secured my ZA pre-order.
Nice.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
I know, that's going to be a whole
I need
nother
that. I guess I'll midnight release that as well.
Yeah.
I want to pre-order it because I don't know if you guys saw, but you're getting a sitting cutie with one of them if you pre-order.
Nice.
That's from the Pokemon Center website though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is specifically from that. If it is, I'm doing it from them. I don't care.
Well, see, but the issue with that is if you order it from the Pokemon Center, you don't know when it comes in. Like I've heard of a lot of people. In fact, I think one of our GameFreak Inc. level members, Bramtastic, was one of these people. He had pre-ordered from like an online website. I don't know what it was, but they basically were like, it's not coming the day it comes out. You're getting it a week later or something like that.
Yeah, that's lame. That's super lame.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look into it. I just saw the news and I was like, I want to do that because I want Totodile.
What's been your thoughts, Soul, on like what you've seen of Scarlet and Violet? I know you do not have a Switch 2, but what have you seen on, like, have you seen anything of it on the Switch 2? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah. I mean, you guys already talked about it, but I'd love to hear more about like what you feel about it. Dusty saying that it was like completely different is wild to me. I basically feel the same. Like that's why I want to Switch 2, so that I can play ZA in that way. But it's not so I can play Scarlet and Violet in that way. Because in the end, we've talked about it so many times on this podcast that the game wasn't about the visuals and the performance for us. So yeah, it's a nice like upgrade. It's a nice thing to have, but like, am I going to go replay the entire game and feel like super different about it? Probably not.
I think you will. Yeah. So in my experience,
I don't know. My problems with the game were not that though. My problems with the game were way more than that.
What were your problems with the game? Because I might be able to answer or like give you.
I was telling Dusty. I don't know if you feel this way, Soul, but I was telling Dusty that I played it. It does run so much better. I will never tell you otherwise. But I was like, okay, but it's Scarlet and Violet, and I've been playing this for 3 years. I'm a little bored of it. The art style is still hideous, and that has nothing to do with the make of the game. That's the direction of the game. You know what I mean? So
I do think some of the characters, like the humans, the Pokemon, I actually can see a little bit more of a vision of an art style Not in the whole game, but there's like a
mine was more so an issue with the world. I mean, the protagonists I do think are pretty bland, but the world.
Yeah, my point is all of these things that we saw online before the launch of the Switch 2, I spent like 10 to 12 hours actually playing the game from start, and it wasn't just like topical changes. Like I do think there's some like actual the game feels different when I'm playing it, right? So I do think it's worth reassessing if you're even a little curious, you know?
I agree too. I think the biggest problem is that if it had launched like that, I think we'd be praising it a lot more. But the problem is like what Lumi said is that we've been playing it for 3 years, so we're just kind of like it's the same game.
I think
a little.
Well, and
updated.
Especially since like we're now like in pretty
people are gonna go back to it.
ZA hype cycle, and not only that, but we've got leaks for ZA and stuff. So like I think it's natural that our heads at ZA, and it's weird because like they want our heads to be at ZA. That's what they want. They want us to buy that game in October. And it's working. I want to buy that game in October, and because of that, I'm not really caring about what's here, what's now. I'm looking ahead.
I'm actually already in the Gen 10.
I know. I'm a little bit there too. I'm excited for Champions.
That's what I want.
I mean, I'm honestly most excited for Champions. So
I'm
definitely excited for the next months of Pokemon. That's for sure.
If you guys are looking for a game to play, I think it would be worth. I mean, if it's only to just have context for this show, but I really do think you would discover something different about Scarlet and Violet if you actually picked it up and played it. Like there's parts of the game that I haven't even like I want to go to Blueberry Academy. I want to do the BB academies, or what are they called? The BB the
barbecues.
The barbecues. Yeah, those like league points.
Yeah.
Because that was something that was so laggy, and I think it'll just be like that much more enjoyable. Tony Dex has been a member for 4 months. Thank you, Tony Dex. Someone else.
Balooza.
Oh yeah. Vault
Balooza.
I love it.
Someone said something. They said, this is Yakov says, all the Pokemon games run better now. Even Legends Arceus and BDSP and Sword and Shield run way faster.
Yeah, but they do.
I want to check those
really
out.
Good.
I want to check those out.
I haven't done Snap on it yet, but I need to.
They're not going to run like Scarlet and Violet is because that was a specific update. But it's just going to be a little, like loading times will be faster and all that. But like
But that does make a difference,
Yes, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That makes a big difference. Yeah.
I want them to release that for Scarlet or for Sword and Shield. An update so bad.
Yeah, right.
I want to play it like that where everything's moving quick and feeling like a modern, because I love the feeling. That's the truth about the whole thing is like
what feeling?
How it feels just watching the clips of it, how it feels like fast and fluid, like the movement. It's the 60 frames per second.
It makes a difference. It makes a huge difference.
It feels so good. That's why when I saw Legends ZA or the Switch 2 edition, I was like, I have to have that. Like I can't be playing the other version.
Yeah.
I can never go back. I can never go back from that.
The file size is double the size of the Switch 1 version of Legends ZA. The Legends ZA Switch 2 file size is double that of the Switch 1 version.
What do you think that'll mean?
Yeah.
I mean, for one, it means I think the performance is pretty significant difference. Probably even, I mean, they're charging more for it, so I would bet that's an even bigger difference between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 edition of Scarlet and Violet. But I would also say that there's a chance that it's like, there might be something extra in it, right?
Maybe.
And I don't think it'll be anything huge. Like I don't think they're gonna like lock a new Pokemon behind it.
I mean,
but like it might be something as simple as like, on the Switch 2 edition, there's 3 side quests that give you access to Volcanion, Hoopa, and Diancie.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Jake saying 10 GB is like higher quality textures.
It isn't that big. It isn't that big. I agree. I can't even fit like Call of Duty and Fortnite and all these other games on my PS4. Yeah. It's like because I have the first PS4.
10 gigabytes isn't big, but it's the fact that the original is 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know nothing about games and file sizes and all that, but it seems weird that it's double.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It's gonna perform better for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know how we're always like joking about Sun and Moon like running so slow and like taking forever to get through a playthrough, right? I was thinking.
I think that's a story issue, not a performance issue, though.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is like maybe it took Soul like 4 months to play Scarlet and Violet because of the performance of the game, and now he can rip right through it. You know,
legend has it that it took Soul 6 months to get off the first island of Sun and Moon.
I don't know. I don't know about those legends.
This is crazy. I'm just like staring at my Switch 2, and I'm like, so before we move on to the new GameFreak title,
I mean, I can segue us whenever you want, but whatever you're gonna say next.
No, before we move on, Lumi, when we're talking about like in-hand feel with the Switch 2, I want to talk about some of the features too.
What's it like, guys?
Dude, it's honestly amazing.
It feels like butter.
I love these little. The Joy-Con release, it's so satisfying to just pop it in and out. It's so nice.
I watched some minutes of your streams, Dusty, so I saw you do that, and I was like, wow, that's actually really cool.
It's so nice.
They just pop off.
Okay, my hot take is I think it's cool, but I do like the sliding better. You know, it was iconic.
What?
Lumi
it was iconic.
Is a boomer.
You know,
bro.
Before Nintendo Direct, it'd do the whoosh, for the
sure, but I always feel like I was gonna break those things, man. When I was pulling them, I was like, I'm like, what's gonna happen?
And you did break them. We all broke them.
Yeah, I did have to send mine in.
Something else.
I had to send mine in for Joy-Con drift.
Something else that I'm loving so much is, where is it? The game chat feature. I have used this so much. I've used this so much.
I saw you saying this too, and I feel like this is just because you don't use like chat normally with other games at all ever. Yeah, so it's like if you were to experience this for the first time, that would be pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie.
No, so what it is, because it's not just the chatting, it's the fact that I can share my gameplay as well. You know?
Yeah, at 5 frames per second.
And it's can you do this on PlayStation? Can you just call people?
Yeah. You go in a chat with them. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You can't like show their gameplay.
Yeah, so the gameplay was big. So the way I used this was, I mean, listen, I'll be real. I definitely fooled around with it a ton with Jake. That was kind of fun to do it like on stream to like use the software. But I also called my brother-in-law, and his son was there, and now all of a sudden I'm like just chatting and showing my gameplay like to my nephew. And and every day there's a new person in my friends list who like gets a Switch 2 and activates game chat. And now I'm just thinking about like all my just like family members or whoever, right? Just old friends who I'm not interacting with on Discord, right? Who I can just pop up and use this for. It's really cool. And to also show my face, I mean, I don't have that. I did that one time where I connected the Sony camera that I'm using right now. I just put the capture card right into my Switch, and it was kind of cool to be able to like put my face over that. That's not too practical because I won't be doing that when I'm like handheld. But
what I'll say is I'm excited for Game Chat 2 whenever that happens.
Yeah,
like I'm excited for the next iteration of this because the
next iteration of this.
Yeah, the whole like it being like 5 frames per second or whatever.
That's crazy. It does not. It's never once that I think, I need to be smoother and a higher frames per second. Like it's just that's not the point of the feature, you know.
I would love to watch my friends like screen at the bottom and be like, whoa, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Well, because like I'll be playing my game as well, right? Like I'm playing my game while I watch them play their game. It's just kind of like it's just a social feature. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's where the idea stems from. Is like they're like you're playing yours, so you're only going to be able to like look at theirs every now and then. Yeah, exactly. So it's not going to be that big of a deal that you're not really running high on theirs.
Yeah,
it's fine. That's what I'm saying. It's a great like concept for me. So like I'm excited for when it's like the best that it can possibly be.
No, I get you. Really cool. I do think also like some people it just won't apply. But for me, what I'm realizing is like, because you're totally right. Like this is a feature. Part of this feature has always existed with other like consoles, but to have this with these Nintendo games where they're like primarily social, friendly party games, like I think it's a big deal, and I've used the software and it's amazing. I could literally start a call with Jake in like 5 seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's super cool. I watched some clips of some people playing, and like they're playing Mario Kart, obviously, and they have like the little circle above them,
that's
and like
cool.
so when they like crash out, you like see their
That's
whole
sick.
like face fly
Yeah.
away. It's kind of awesome in that
That's
in that
super
sense
fun.
for sure.
Anyways, I had fun with it, so I feel like I'm just looking forward to using this more. I do have like family members who have the Switch, so to be able to just, and they're not on Discord, right? They're not tech savvy, but I can just press a button when they're playing, and all of a sudden we're just talking in the game. Is I think it'd be really valuable and
That's great.
A core experience. It is.
I've been waiting so long for this for Nintendo.
I know it's nice, dude. And it's listen.
See, this is just
it is
a feature
gimmicky.
I don't really care about. Like it's objectively very cool. I'm not saying it's a bad feature. I'm saying I just don't.
And
care
that's
about
fine.
It, you know?
And that's totally fine. I texted Lumi. I was like, "Bro, are you streaming? Can I, or not streaming? Like, are you playing? Can I like call you on?" I think I messaged him because he didn't connect to game chat yet. But I was gonna just call you.
Connect to game chat, and I was like,
I was gonna just call you. He's like, "Listen, I need one device where Dusty can't just interrupt."
What did you say? Because I said, I'm trying to remember. Someone messaged me and asked me about my thoughts on the game chat. I need to find. I don't think it was you, Dusty. I think it was. Oh, here you go. It was Charcific Valley. Charcific Valley said, "Have you had a chance to try game chat and stuff on the Switch?" And I sent back, "Nah, I haven't done it. To be honest, I don't care about that feature. It's objectively neat. I just don't care for it."
Yeah, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Like if you, that's totally fine. I didn't. I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I'm with you. So like, yeah, the text existed elsewhere, but for a Nintendo console, that's where I'm at. Those are the games I'm playing. So to see that it exists and they went a step further, it is gimmicky. The camera is gimmicky, but to me, it's like, is it really any different from like the motion sensor bar on a Wii system?
No, it's not that.
It's like you set it up
Mm-hmm.
and then it's always there, right?
Sure.
But anyways, listen, we're yapping. Let me let's hit some of these super chats, and then we can talk about the GameFreak game. So we got Iceberger has been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Iceberger. The magnets fill me with joy. It's so snappy. It really is. I just keep playing with them, and my wife's always like, "Shut up." she can hear them. She can hear just like the little clicking or whatever. And then Sully the Skeleton's here. Thank you. He's been a member for 21 months, a mythical tier member for 21 months. Thank you, man, so much.
Thank you.
Hey, fellas. Sorry, been busy, so I haven't been able to watch lately. Wish I could afford a Switch too. Hope you all are doing good. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Save up. It's
They price it.
I'm gonna be saving up. I don't know. With all this being said, I don't think I'm gonna buy it right away. Unless I just see it in the store, I'm just gonna be like, "Yo, here it is." But I might just save up and get it when ZA comes out because I don't have anything I want to play yet, other than seeing what Scarlet and Violet's like. Like that's about it.
Yeah, that's probably the right approach. Just kind of, if you see it in the store, grab it then, because you may not see it next time.
Yeah,
No, totally. But so GameFreak.
So you had a transition for us.
GameFreak announced a new game, Beast
of Reincarnation. I did have a. Yeah. On that note, it does the whole like Scarlet and Violet being like playing well on the Switch 2 makes you think, were Game Freak always capable of something more? Do you know what I mean? And then we get this, and we're like, everyone's shocked that Game Freak is making this game. When I saw it, I was like, there's no way there's something else happening here. And there are other details that we don't really know. I was like, everyone needs to take a step back. It doesn't seem like
there's a not. It seems like that we don't really know that much about Beast of Reincarnation. I think
crazy to me that it's not Nintendo.
So
that is wild.
That blew my mind.
So there was a showcase over the weekend. I think it was on Sunday. And Game Freak announced this new game called Beast of Reincarnation. It's coming in 2026. It's going to be on the Xbox. It's going to be on PS5 as well as Steam. It is. I think it was. What was this? I think it was called or kind of described as like a. I think it's like a Japanese sci-fi.
It's post-apocalyptic Japan.
Yes.
It takes place in like 4096 or something like that.
Crazy. And I think, my take is, I mean, this is cool. This is just cool. It's like, this is the cool version of what everyone who says they don't like the way Pokemon looks or whatever, or it's like Pokemon needs to be more adult, this is what they're imagining. This is the type of game that they're playing and want to see from Pokemon, right? So it's kind of nice. I guess I'm just like appreciating if, there's people at GameFreak, they're real life human beings who are probably like, we want to work on some different things, right? And this is a nice little sidestep for them where they can work on something that looks a little bit more, a little edgier, a little bit more, just completely different from Pokemon. Mm-hmm. But I think where I'm kind of falling down on this is like, yeah, I think people are getting excited because it's edgy. But we don't really know if this game's going to perform well. We don't know if it's going to be fun at all. This really could just be another run-of-the-mill edgelord game, right? I think PlayStation put out a tweet describing this as a Souls-like game.
Mm-hmm, I was going to tweet about that today, actually, because it's like, that's awful to me, by the way. I do not want a Souls-like game. I won't play it. That's the thing, is like, will this game even do well?
What does Souls-like mean?
Yeah,
Souls-like,
please tell us. Souls
is
like,
I don't even know. You literally are going from place to place and fighting like really hard bosses, basically. And I could be wrong about a lot of it because I haven't actually played a Souls game. All I know is they're really hard. And I think it is just like boss fights. People in the chat can help us out here, but that's why I like this better. I won't make a fool of myself and say that this is a MMO.
Well, if you do, we can make another T-shirt.
This is an MMORPG.
It's not. It's not. But a Souls game, you can look at some of the
all right, it's right here.
Gameplay.
Souls-like game is a subgenre of action role-playing games, ARPGs, known for their high difficulty, deliberate combat, and emphasis on environmental storytelling, typically within a dark fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm. See, someone said Wukong. Like, it's like that game. What was that called? Oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind. Wukong is in the title, but it's not the whole title. But that game, you basically just walk around like this beautiful environment.
Black Myth, right? Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong. Yes, you walk around this beautiful environment just from place to place, and you just do a boss battle. You literally do a boss battle, and it's just like a really hard boss battle that you continue to do over and over until you beat it, and then you move on to the next boss battle. And like, that's all that the freaking game is.
Kind of lame.
Yeah. Look at that. So we got people in the chat saying things like Souls-like game is banging your head against a brick wall until you see yourself as a wizard being a giant. It's just like with vague storytelling. Yes, exactly. DWG. Like, for real.
I don't know if this is a Souls-like game. I don't think it is, because I believe you enjoyed this game, Soul. But the vibes that I'm getting as a person who has not played Beast of Reincarnation or the game I'm about to compare it to, the vibes that I'm getting is like Ghost of Tsushima. Is that it?
Yeah, but that is not this.
Yeah, I know. I figured it probably isn't, but those are like the vibes I'm feeling.
Yeah, right.
But probably just because of like the super Japanese vibes.
Right. I love the setting and how it looks, like that it's post-apocalyptic, but it's still Japanese.
It's a little alien as well.
Yeah, there's robots, there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, if it plays like Souls, I think it's like really not popular at this point. Yeah. And it's like, so GameFreak is making this game, but like, who's the audience? Like, PlayStation people, they have these games that look better than this, that might function better than this. And it's like, who's actually going to get this and think that it's a really good game? Unless it is like a top tier game. If it's just a Souls-like game, then it's going to be like, okay, there's another one. And it might not sell at all. I mean, yeah. I mean, it will sell, but you know what I mean? It might not sell crazy.
I also think
here, I got the
game... Go ahead.
We got our man on the street, Jake Steinberg, just sent me the description of this game right here. This is from Gematsu. Here we go. All right, we got the announcement trailer right here. So, publisher Fictions and developer GameFreak have officially announced Beast of Reincarnation. It's a new action-adventure game code named Project Bloom. That sounds actually super familiar.
This was announced.
We knew about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will launch.
In fact, we got an image that looks very similar to that title image right there.
Okay, sure. I think I do remember that. It will launch for PlayStation 5. Okay, we talked about that. In post-apocalyptic Japan, a land ruined by corruption and crawling with monstrous beasts, humanity's last hope may rest with Emma, an outcast cursed as a blighted one, and Ku, her loyal canine companion. Man, he made it in the game.
Wait, is it named Ku?
He made it in the game.
If he named Ku, please, God, please.
It's KHU?
No, it's KOO.
Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad because that would have been so
absolutely
funny.
wild.
A lot of people in the chat, like, so Gendy saying like their Souls games are really popular, and they are. Like, even Black Myth Wukong won. Like, didn't it win Game of the Year or something? I remember Jake being like pissed that it won, and rightly so, because literally they're just games that you do the same thing over and over, like brain dead. I don't even know. Anyway.
So it says, the overview continues, it says, survive a journey across an ominous, ever-changing world where dangerous forests can erupt in the wasteland. As Emma and Ku push deeper into the unknown, their bond strengthens, and with it, strange powers bloom. Explore what it means to be human in Beast of Reincarnation, an expansive one-person, one-dog action RPG. I get it. One person, one dog action RPG built around demanding technical combat. Yeah, that's okay. That sounds like a Souls game.
Yeah. I mean, the PlayStation literally said it today that it was Souls-like. That pretty much says everything that you need to know about it. But that's not really the point of like the whole discussion amongst the internet. The internet is more just freaking out that it looks like this and that Pokemon looks the way it does.
Okay, see, I was gonna this is what I was gonna say a minute ago before Dusty was reading that synopsis. I'm gonna be real. I think people are acting like it looks so good because their comparison is Scarlet and Violet. But I'm be honest, I don't think it looks
It does not. No, the trees are
crazy.
The trees look straight out of Sword and Shield. It's insane.
Like,
what they're appreciating,
way better.
What they're
than Scarlet and
appreciating,
Violet, absolutely. But
yeah,
it's not like it doesn't look better than other games.
Well, here's another thing. There are also different
other
types
games,
of games, right? You have a different art style. You have different aesthetic choices, right? Everything
like this is going more realistic looking.
Like the people who like Legends Arceus will probably like the aesthetics of this. Soul, what do you think? Because I agree, that's what I think personally, as someone who likes Legends Arceus.
Maybe, yeah. Sorry, I was responding to people in the chat. They're going after me for calling these type of games brain dead games. But listen, if you like them, you like them. Okay, I just want to say that.
Listen, you got a samurai woman with a dog like what is it? Oh, what's that dog game that everyone loves? Okami.
But there's nobody else other than the dog though, and the little like fairy guy.
What? What?
Okami's completely different.
I know, but it's a wolf. It's a wolf.
Yeah,
This is just people who like the Japanese aesthetic, right, in their video games, being like, it's edgy and realistic.
Watch,
Which,
guys.
sure, that's great. We can appreciate that. I mean, it's GameFreak made this. I say I'll play it. Who knows? It's not currently on Switch 2, so I probably won't play it.
I don't have a console to play it.
I didn't play Little Town Hero either. At the end of the day, I like Pokemon, so I like Pokemon games, right? And there are games that have Pokemon that I don't even like. So if this has nothing to do with Pokemon, I probably still won't even play it. It's cool though. Maybe what, Soul?
There's a lot to say about it. I didn't want to cut you off, but like, there's just
tell us
shocking.
What you think.
It's shocking though to see this. I don't know if you guys are registering it, but like when you think of Game Freak games, you don't think of this, and you like just out of left field. Like to me, there's somebody helping them with this. I can't imagine Game Freak creating this. That's what's shocking to me.
I don't think it's shocking at all.
I
don't think it's shocking at all because it doesn't look like there's some screenshots right here. Trees, perfect example. These trees look horrible. If we're going to criticize the trees of every other Pokemon game, these trees look just as bad. And I guess why it doesn't seem shocking to me is because all this is a different art style, and they're not going to make a Pokemon game in this art style. So like, it's not that shocking.
Until Gen 10. No, I'm kidding.
Like,
I think it's a little more than art style, though. I think it's more than art style. This is not just art style. Like,
it's edgy.
It's very
aesthetic,
different. It's realistic.
It's sci-fi.
Nobody wants that.
It's post-apocalyptic. There's like themes there that like just wouldn't be in a Pokemon game, right?
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
So I guess
But
I hear you. It is. I guess it is shocking to think like the people who like are behind Pokemon, which is the cute little Japanese monsters that are your best friends, monster collecting game, right? PG for family for kids, is also making another game that's a little bit edgy or whatever. That's what I think. That's what it is. It just comes down to it's a different aesthetic and genre of gameplay, right? But like, I'm not seeing anything here that's like technically that impressive that would make it shocking. At least technically.
It's shocking that they've never made a game like this, and it's just so out of left field. It's like, what?
They've probably been thinking about it.
It'd be like if tomorrow someone was like, there's a new Conjuring film being made by the creators of Dora the Explorer. It's like, what?
Yeah, basically. That's basically it. But you see how it moves now. If we didn't have like cool. the new Switch 2 versions of the games, and you saw this movement, and you'd be like, what? How is Game Freak capable of making this and then making what they make for Pokemon? And I think the honest answer is that it's a gear project, so I'm starting to understand kind of what that is. I think it's like a project of Game Freaks that is just like
outsourced.
A couple people from Game Freak are there to like overlook it and work on it, but they have like a team of other developers underneath them. So it is technically Game Freak, but there are other people doing a lot of the work that are not working on Pokemon games, because we know there's been people that talk about that there's two teams at Game Freak. One works on one Pokemon game, one works on another. And then there's other people that go off and do other things. Like we have, for Legends ZA, we have Tojiki being the game director of that game, which is wild. Just to throw like a new game director in there. So there's a lot going on. And yeah, it's so different.
I'm getting a new report on the street. We're gonna go to so they just filled me in. This is coming from our reporter Jake Steinberg. He says this game is directed by the person who was the sound manager of Scarlet and Violet. Thank you for that report, Jake Steinberg. Thank you so much. All right.
Wasn't Tochigi the sound director of Little Town Hero?
No, I think he was the game director of Little Town Hero.
No, he wasn't, because that was the thing. This is actually his first time doing
you might be right. Yeah.
Game direction. Let's see, I can pull it up really, really quickly. But so he did game credits, Little Town Hero. He was the art director.
Furoshima.
According to well, no, I was talking about the person doing ZA. But I was just saying it's weird that they're like art direction, sound direction. Well, obviously the next step is game direction.
I mean, listen, that's how Pokemon operates, right? With Masuda.
Jake was also saying that we need to play more games, and like, I don't know why he's saying that, other than you guys, we do need to play more games. But
that's why
I don't want to.
But here's the thing, like, if he's talking about that this game doesn't look that great, I do agree with that. Like, not in the sense of its visuals in general. I think its visuals are like a little iffy, but they're still really good. But they're not like the best in the world of gaming.
All I'm saying is like, what I'm trying to say is like, we all clown, the whole internet clowns on Game Freak, right? And yes, they're not that, they are flawed, right? They're in their bag when they're doing character and trainer designs, right? They're great at like world building. They're great at all those things that we love Pokemon for. They're not great at like making games. That's fine, right? But this also doesn't look that crazy compared to like where everything else is in the industry. And I also think the Pokemon games that we love are also purposefully held back to appeal to, and they're tailored to appeal to a certain type of person, right? If you make this game, like, it's not gonna sell as well as a Pokemon game. It doesn't look like a Pokemon game. This is appealing to quote unquote the gamers from the Terra Leak, right?
Bro, it's
Legends Arceus. They in the Terra Leak they were saying like they made Legends Arceus to appeal to like more hardcore gamers. This feels like another bid towards that type of player base.
It's crazy because it's such an involved topic because everyone has like a different view on it all. To me, that's what it seems like. Because yes, what you're saying is true, and obviously this is never going to sell as much as Pokemon because Pokemon is Pokemon. But like how it looks is like Pokemon should look something
I don't think
not
so.
like it, but as good as it. Just I don't know if you can like understand what I'm saying.
I don't. I know. I think
it should look as good as this, but not in the same realistic style.
Yeah.
It's two different things.
Let's define that, because when you're saying good, like, are you? Because I do think, and this is not bad. Just for chat, also, like when I'm saying like, oh, it's edgy, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not saying edgy is bad. I'm not saying you can't like edgy. I'm just saying like, I do think when we have a preference towards edgy, more adult stuff, when we look at cartoons, we're like, oh, well, that's objectively bad. Like, you guys sound like my boomer dad who's like, oh, Pokemon, how could that be fun?
No, I understand.
For
children,
I get what
you're saying.
Right? Like, it's the same type of criticism. So when we see this out the gate, listen, I was also like, whoa. Like, I was like, what the heck? What is this game that Game Freak's been working on? This is crazy. Like, when they make Little Town Hero, which is also a cartoon, I can like, oh yeah, it's an alternative to, maybe a smaller scale type of Pokemon game, right? It's a different type of RPG, right? But when I see this, yeah, it is like a completely different thing.
I can give you a good example. And the good example is that other game that was announced for the Xbox. That's like a Pokemon clone game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to pull that up, but there was that kind of. I made a tweet, and it's like that kind of world that looks so much better than Pokemon, but the monsters look like trash. Just no offense to the creators.
No, the monsters do look like trash. This looks like AI
bland.
slop. Yeah,
they're bland, right? But the world, the background, the how the graphics are. Let's talk graphics, okay? It's kind of like the graphics and the models of things going on. And I'm not trying to make Pokemon hyper realistic, and I'm not trying to be like cartoony style is not good, because I love cartoony style. But how Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus was kind of getting somewhere, because it was like a painted style that kind of looked nice in that way. But how they look is not like, it doesn't feel like at the best that it can be, if that makes sense. And I think that's what people complain about.
100% agree. Can I just say that I think that this game looks very pretty. While the animals or the creatures, whatever they're called, the monsters, don't necessarily excite me, I would just like to say that I think it's really cool that you can be a successful monster hunting game. Something people are excited for without just blatantly copying Pokemon's designs.
Oh my God.
And half of our chat is now pissed. Let's go.
He just wanted to take a dig at Power World. But no, like, yeah. It's, if you put Pokemon style in that world of Anemo or whatever it's called, we're golden, and that's what people want. I think that's, Game Freak has never made that quality until this Reincarnation game, and that's what people are losing their minds about, I think.
Yeah, so to go back a little bit, so there was another title launched for Xbox. This is like a monster. I actually don't know if it's a it looks like a monster collecting game. It looks to be almost like, we don't have a trailer right here, but there is a trailer. So this game is called Anemo. I don't know how you pronounce it, but something like that. Aniimo. Coming again to 2026 to Xbox. And these are the images we're looking at. It looks like Power World. It looks, I don't know if it looks like Pokemon, but you just got these little random creatures that you're collecting. And I think the gameplay difference here that I saw from the trailer is that you're actually playing as the Pokemon, not as the trainer.
I feel like it looks like in between, like the world at least looks like in between Pokemon and Power World.
Sure.
Which is like kind of, like Soul, you were kind of getting at. It's kind of perfect, to be honest. Like the world. I love the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with Pokemon even changing styles all the time. Like, I like that not all the time, but I like that Legends Arceus was like painted, kind of style.
Yeah, it's like a watercolor kind of thing.
Specific art style that they were going for.
And I like that they changed the styles, but the quality of the graphics and performance of the game is what I think what people are on about with the whole Reincarnation game.
Yeah. I think you bring up a good point about like graphics or just clarity. That's honestly the biggest thing for me when I'm playing Violet version on Switch 2. There's a clarity to everything that just was not there originally, Like Violet version can run in 4K That's insane.
Yeah, it's really it's the 4K 60 frames. And that should never go away now, and that will make every Pokemon game much better until they like make something better than that, you know what I mean? But
like, this game does not look fun, but
no,
we posted about it because it's a monster catching game. But I think in this conversation, the clarity is something to be noted. Just like the visual clarity, and they're even doing a little thing where the background is like all blurry, right? So it makes you really feel like you're focusing in on the Pokemon, on the not Pokemon, right there.
Whatever these things are called.
I don't know. I think I think where I'm just falling down on this Beast of Reincarnation game is that like, if that is something that you like, you're gonna like this, and that's nice. GameFreak is trying to stretch and grow and stretch different muscles, right? That they can bring back to Pokemon games, and hopefully they can continue to outsource, right? This could also be a thing for like Burnout, where they want people to work on things that are not Pokemon every once in a while, you know? Because there's like people working at the company.
I thought about that too. I did think about that too, and a lot of what I'm thinking is like, okay, well, if you're feeling that way, you've probably been in the company for a long time, and you just need to like move on or let the younger people do it, and you take a senior role, because there's tons of people that want to make Pokemon games, like tons, you know. But also like people at Sonic Team, they've been making Sonic games for just as long as Pokemon games, and they're not like, we need to make something else other than Sonic.
Yeah,
they do make other things other than Sonic, but that's the bread and butter. And I don't know if that's how this whole debacle has made me feel like. And this is just a feeling. I don't think there's even a
debacle. Seems so strong. I don't know what you're looking at. I didn't see a debacle.
People on the internet lost it over this. That this is what Game Freak is capable of, and then they make like these Pokemon games that really aren't great.
Yeah, but that's like a I disagree with that.
That's
completely.
Such a Twitter thing.
I think it might just be like.
Telling you that's what.
I really think it just might be the engage. It's literally the bots. I feel like 50% of Twitter is bots. I've like confirmed that. Like when I see someone saying something stupid, I just look and I go, "This person is not even active. They don't even have an account."
That's probably true, but I'm talking about like video. I watch people videos, you know, like little shorts of people losing it over it. Anyway,
it's a bad take.
I lost my train of thought. It might be. I don't know. Pokemon does not look that great. I don't know. Pokemon does not look that great. It hasn't. But
you know what's a Pokemon game that does look that great? New Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap is a game that released in 20...
Give him the spiel.
2020.
It does... Listen, Lumi is correct. Lumi is correct. New Pokemon Snap does have that vibe of like...
It does.
What we were just talking about. Like that other Amiibo game. It's got like that whole...
You think it does?
Thing going on. Yeah, everyone was like, can you make a Pokemon game that looks like New Pokemon Snap? Everyone... How many people say that?
Me every day before I go to bed, I pray.
That's the difference. That's a perfect
example. Can you please make a
confused.
Pokemon game that looks like New Pokemon Snap?
You're saying
That's a perfect example.
You're saying New Pokemon Snap looks like this game? Nemo?
It looks similar. No, it's not
closer.
Quite like it, but it's closer to than any Pokemon game has gotten.
And listen, I don't want Pokemon to look exactly like this game. I'm saying it needs to be this kind of style, but with that kind of visuals. I don't know how to say what I'm trying
I think
to
this
say,
game looks ugly. It looks like AI slop to me.
I don't like the creatures at all, but I think the world looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's one scene. Pull up the trailer because there's one scene. The water in the game is immaculate, man.
Yeah, I don't know. This is silly to me. I'm not playing games for the water.
This is the visuals discussion.
No, I know. It's on Xbox. I don't even have an Xbox. This is the
visuals discussion. Do you see how what it looks like? The shading, the lighting, the everything. Like it's just.
Yeah, I get you. I see it. No, I see it.
Pokemon doesn't really look like this.
Is this even game footage though? I don't even think.
No, this is just like a trailer.
That's a very good point. Actually. They do show game footage later.
They do show game footage. Yeah.
That's a very
and
good point.
honestly, I think the game footage looks better than that cutscene. Like the world looks better than that cutscene.
Yeah, okay, I see it. I see
Here
it.
you go.
All right, I see
You
it.
see how this is?
The water, man. Look at the water and the trees.
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
This is very Pokemon
Look
coded.
at
Just
that.
a little less realistic, and this is Pokemon. Like,
Also, that little guy was cute. Little steel dino guy. He was cute.
yeah, he's the most
Damn.
Pokemon guy in the whole group.
So right there, this is all right, we see the trainer literally turn into the not Pokemon. And
Yeah, man. They beat Pokemon to fusion.
It's the synchro mechanic. It's a synchro machine. That's crazy.
the real
Look at that water. Oh my god.
The real SGP just nailed what I'm trying to say, basically.
What did they
Soul wants
say?
modern performance and quality for the games, but with the artistry of Pokemon. Yes.
And you know what, Soul? I'm with you on that. I would like that as well.
I mean, I think the whole fandom kind of wants that. And the Beast of Reincarnation just awakened fans to being like, wait, Game Freak can actually do it. Because before, a lot of us, including myself, and I have to say I'm sorry to Game Freak for that, but just thought that they were really bad developers. But the whole discussion comes into play now where it's
you
like,
need to apologize to Game Freak for thinking they're bad developers if that is the impression they gave you.
But
all I'm saying is
I don't.
that
Yeah.
no, it brings up a whole nother point of like, how much is Nintendo like holding them back, or how much are they holding themselves back?
I think
like
that's the
Pokemon
real
company?
discussion. Yeah.
Like, is it just because they think that it's for kids, so let's make it as kid-like as possible?
Yes,
like,
that's
the
what I'm
kids
saying.
Don't care at all.
So that's what I'm saying.
You know,
you're 35 years old. Like, you want something different. There's nothing wrong with that, but like, this Beast of Reincarnation Pokemon game's never gonna look like this. Ever.
I don't want it to look like this.
And also, I don't even think it's also not even that technically impressive. It's just a different. It's a different art style. Like, there's probably mods for Pokemon games to make the trainer characters in the Pokemon look like this.
Yeah.
There's
You're
like
right.
you could just like overlay a mod. It's just tech. It's just like it's like the
I don't know the tech
it's
side
the
of it.
lipstick on the pig's mouth, as Lumi would say. You know.
I can't say.
Is that a Lumi
yes.
only saying? I thought that was a normal thing
I don't
people
know.
said. Oinkalone is based on that saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this looks that. It looks cool. It looks, and we're gonna get to the super chats in a second. Thank you guys. It looks cool. I think it's appealing to us older fans, but I also don't think this is like. I mean, it's also Game Freak. It's also not really gonna be anything that's like technically. It's not gonna be Game of the Year. It's just a cool thing from a developer that we know and love.
I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe it will be Game of the Year.
I
have no
really
idea.
think this doesn't look any better. Maybe
No, it doesn't look
looks
that-
better. I think there's because it's realistic, because there's like darker. I don't know, because you can like add darker things. You can hide a lot of stuff in the sides of the frame, right? There's a lot of cheating going on here with the camera, right? To hide certain things that you wouldn't want people to see, but it's like.
But that's kind of part of it, though.
Sure,
Like,
that
they
is.
could do
That's true.
something
That's
like
part of
that.
the art of it, right?
I just want to be clear that I am not talking about the maturity style or the style of this game.
I think a little
or
bit.
the reality of this game. I'm talking about it just looking like muddy graphics compared to good quality. And what I mean by like it being like for kids is like kids look at it and they don't see muddy graphics. But since we're older, we do see that there's not that much effort that went into making the model of that mountain that looks like a blob, basically. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about with that because I don't really care that much. I'm just talking to talk. We're yapping, you know?
I mean, dude, if you here's the thing. Again, I'm trying to be like really careful. If you like this, that's cool. I think this is cool. I think it's cool.
I like it, but
I think
never
it's cool
want
to
Pokemon
see.
to look like this.
I think it's cool to see. I just think the internet's. I am seeing a lot of takes about this being like, wow, I can't believe Game Freak has had this in the bag the whole time. Why are they not doing this on Pokemon? And I think for one, people are just looking at art style and the vibe. It is literally everything that I love about Star Wars. It's Japanese sci-fi aliens, like fantasy. That's like exactly what this
Japanese?
is. Yes, 100%. Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Never gotten that vibe.
Yes, it is. It literally. That's like that's what a Jedi is. It's like a samurai.
I guess it's like a
true.
samurai.
It's like a space samurai.
I guess Darth Vader does kind of have like the helmet type thing is kind of
Dusty coming in with the lore.
Anyways, so like when I look at this, I do like this. I just think, and listen, hidden power. We kind of perpetuated a little bit of this, right? Like, okay, let's see the Gen 10 Pokemon trailer, right?
Bro, that was hilarious. I texted our group and I was like, we should post about this. And Dusty's like, I did post about it. I went and looked on Hidden Power. There's like 12 posts about this game. I was like, yeah, you did. You really did post about this.
It caught me at the right time. But listen, I think it's kind of fun. It's just when there's two things that are related that look completely different, our human brains say, wow, what happened to one thing or the other? But truthfully, I still prefer Pokemon. Like I don't like these types of games. I really don't. I think they look dark and uninspired.
Yeah, we already talked about the Soul stuff. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't like
brother.
it.
I'll never play. Right. We got some super chats. I mean, we're gonna continue to cover this as it develops, as we learn more about the game.
Nothing, by the way. So that's a lot.
Yeah,
that we can learn from this eventually.
We got a super chat here from a little while ago. This is from Hallie Wedge. Thank you. They say, I joined late, but love all the videos you guys post. I've been a legendary tier member for a little while, and I'm so team Chikorita for ZA. That's awesome to hear.
That was a long time ago. I saw
go.
that. Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dusty's team
Toadapple all the way, but Chikorita's
I'm team
a great
Chikorita.
second choice.
I'm team
Dusty's
Chikorita.
team. Yeah, great second choice.
Sully hit us with the $2. They say they can make this, but Pokemon SV looks like doo-doo. No. Sully sent that before we just had the whole conversation.
See, but that's the literal discussion.
I think what is valid is the sentiment, right? If you're like, Scarlet and Violet looks like crap, and this is not looking the same, like what happened? I think that is valid. But also, there's other elements out here that people are reacting to that aren't actually representative of whatever. Because also, a lot of the stuff in this trailer that we're looking at is not gameplay as well, right?
So some of it is. Some of it is.
Yeah, they're actually.
I think a lot of it is actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Sky King, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That's super generous. Thank you so much. Come on, guys, let's get some star emojis in the chat. They say I think Pokemon looks good. Sorry, I think Pokemon looks less good than other franchises because they refuse to do drastic redesigns on Mons from earlier games. So it's this jarring mishmash of multi-generational styles all struggling to achieve cohesion. And that's actually a really interesting point because I do feel like that a little bit. I remember when the games went to 3D first, it was kind of insane to see some like Gen 1 Pokemon. Like
people still complain about it.
Yeah, like the blob Pokemon like Chansey and Wigglytuff, and you're like, what? Sentret. You're like, this doesn't feel like it matches or it just doesn't look good in 3D, right? So that part of that is definitely true. I do think there's a lot of mishmash styles with I feel like the trainers don't quite match the Pokemon, and the Pokemon don't quite match the environment. So a lot of that is true.
And the realism of the games kind of force them to have to do things with Pokemon that, make them look less cool. Like typically Typhlosion is always depicted as having its flames on back in the Sprite days. But now, Pokemon doesn't have his flames on unless he's like using the move or about to use the move or whatever in battle. So Typhlosion's 3D model was no flames, just chilling,
It's true. Yeah. And I'm sorry if I've been ignoring any Twitch chat. We are live on Twitch right now. I don't know. I don't even know how many people are on Twitch. Let me go over here. There's some people.
They're chatting. They saying anything?
There's some not much. Not much.
I don't even know how many.
Luta D, love the little unknown animation. Treacherous, Climax, best viewers. I don't even know. Oh, Jake's over there. Twitch.
Why is Jake everywhere? What in the world?
He works from home. Yeah. Noivy's in the chat. I love that.
That's awesome.
But it's cool. Yeah, we're live on Twitch right now. So if you guys prefer to watch these on Twitch, you can do that. When we go live for HP Live, we will be live on Twitch. The VODs will always be available on YouTube. The VODs will always be available on Spotify, Apple, etc. But you can watch live on Twitch. And I think now that we got this cooked, now that we got this set up, I don't know. Maybe we can expand maybe some of our coverage or whatever. I don't know what else we could use Twitch for.
One of us can watch the Twitch chat while we're doing this, so we can talk to them too.
Or maybe
there's 3 of us here.
I don't know if it's possible, but maybe we could do like if Lumi's streaming on his channel, it could like multi-stream to Twitch on Hidden Power. I don't know. Just trying to think. Just thinking out loud.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's see what else. Oh, Noivy just became Noivy's been a member for 25 months. Thank you so much, Noivy.
Thank you, Noivy.
I got to give you a call sometime. It's been too long since we chatted. Noivy says, the problem is who is trying to push rushed Pokemon games, since now we kind of know Game Freak can do better. Is it Pokemon or Nintendo? Probably not Nintendo.
I have to push back Noivy on this a little bit, because this game, Beast of Reincarnation, I keep wanting to say Project Bloom, because Project Bloom was announced in 2023. So they probably were like working on it a little bit before that, but it was announced to be in development in 2023. So it's only been developed. It's going to come out in 2026. So that's about the same time as a Pokemon game.
Yeah. May 2023 was when it was announced, Project Bloom.
I still feel like the game is smaller in scope, probably. Though.
And yes, it probably is. It probably is much smaller in scope, and
especially because this is their first time doing this style game. Think about how every time Game Freak kind of does like their first Switch game, their first 3DS game, usually it goes up from there. You know what I mean? I imagine that like this is probably going to be the worst Souls-like game they make.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to sell. I will say one thing about that just really quick, because I just said what I said. I like when we have a lot of Pokemon games, and I don't need it to look like amazing, like how I was just talking earlier in this stream, if it means that we're not going to get Pokemon games. So like I would prefer getting Pokemon games more regularly.
1,000%.
Yeah.
5,000%.
That's just my preference. Other people can take it how they want.
Yeah, you're a shill. You need to play more games. You suck, SoulSilverArt. We hate you.
Keep it coming. Wait, listen, I like the comments. There's a lot of people on Twitch now. Hayes also hit us with the $25. Thank you so much, Hayes. They say Pokemon fans need to make up their minds. People who say Pokemon games should look like Breath of the Wild. No. Sorry.
Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah, people who say Pokemon games should look like Beast of Reincarnation are the same people who want Pokemon to go back to 2D. Hilarious. I feel good. I'm not that hypocrite in this moment, because I do want the 2D, but I don't know if I want the Breath of the Beast of Reincarnation. That's funny though. Thank you, Hayes, for all your support. I don't know if you guys have any comments on that.
I agree. I mean,
anyway,
yeah, it's true. Pokemon fans don't know what they want. But in fairness to Pokemon fans, I think that's because they do know that they don't like what they're getting, and I think they're having trouble processing exactly what it is that they want. You know, sometimes you know this ain't it, but you don't know what is it.
Yeah, that's valid. That's totally valid. That's real.
Yeah.
Sully the Skeleton, thank you for another $2. Man, you've been supporting the stream so much, but you also say you don't have money for a Switch 2, so maybe save up for a Switch 2. Thank you so much, man.
Stop giving to us. Get you a Switch 2, man.
It is appreciated.
Come back and give if you'd like.
Let's see. They say Pokemon should look like Expedition 33. We haven't talked about that much.
So the thing is, I have not seen much gameplay from that. I've only ever heard that it's like the best game ever, that's going to win Game of the Year and all that stuff. And I am intrigued, but I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play it.
Yeah,
so
I do want to watch it. It's called Claire Obscure Expedition 33. My plumber was telling me about this game, and I do want to check it out. I think what's interesting about this game and why it's potentially relevant is that it is like it's relevant to Pokemon is because it is also a turn-based RPG.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Like that's
I was going to
point.
post about that. I was like, maybe this brings back the popularity of turn-based RPGs.
Yeah,
because a lot of people have been hating on them recently.
Yeah. But they're hating on them because it's just like not getting the funding as like because it's not like the main type of gameplay, right? There's something. Well, it's not popular gameplay right now.
Right. This was an indie developer that made this apparently this whole game, and now it's gonna like people have been just raving about it. But I literally have not seen much from it. Like, yeah, this is like the first. What's the word? Footage that I've seen of it. Outside of like a couple screenshots here and there. And again, this is super realistic. Like I never expect Pokemon to look like this. And never want Pokemon to look like this.
This looks a lot better than ooh, dude, I like how zoomed.
But the world looks cool.
Wow, dude, this world does look cool. I gotta pick this up. Ooh, this looks really cool.
You gotta get a PS5 if you want it.
My dad bought a PlayStation 5 and he's like bored of it, and I'm like, maybe I'll just sneak it. I'll say, can I?
Dude, yes, that's perfect.
I'll borrow it from him.
Yeah,
dang.
He bought it and he was so excited, and then he's been playing Texas Hold'em online with his PlayStation 5, and he's like, "There's no good games," and I'm like, "What do you mean there's no good games?" I'm like,
Jake said just. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. But no, there aren't really that many good games. Recently, it started happening. So like Marvel Rivals, they're like making exclusive games for PS5 now, like in the end of its life cycle. So Jake said that this will come to Switch 2, no doubt. Don't worry, and I'm super hopeful, and I hope that happens.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Good, because y'all need to play more games.
I will buy this game. Switch 2. Just saying.
Some other games that I want to play. Yeah, here's an example, a screenshot of the turn-based combat. Kind of familiar, but some other games that I want to play are Persona, and I want to play Yakuza 0. Which is out right now for Switch 2. I think I'm gonna pick that up.
Yeah, you should if you can.
Yeah.
Why not?
And we have another super chat here by Hayes. Thank you, man, for all the support. They say. Pokemon games should absolutely look better, but if they look as realistic as Beast of Reincarnation, all the Mons would look gross and weird, especially
agreed
when they're 10 years old.
Agreed.
Yes. None of us want that, really. I mean, there are a few people out there, but ain't me.
Yeah, no, I don't want to ever see Pokemon look like that unless it's a Detective Pikachu movie. That's the realest I want them to get.
Yeah,
but even that was too much for me. That was way.
But see, for a movie, it was fine. Like I would never want a game to look like that.
Sure,
it was fine for a movie.
You know, he brings up a good point. I know we got to go soon, but he brings up a good point that, like in years to come, it'll probably look bad, but the cartoon style like stays good.
Oh yeah,
throughout.
100%.
It's timeless.
This is why we can
think
still
about like
Gen
the
3.
old Disney movies. You know what I mean? Even on that like Bambi, Snow White, those are still like beloved movies. You know what I mean? Like because of the way they look. Like nobody's saying that looks too old now. You know, even though we've moved to CGI. In fact, a lot of people are even like movies to stop being CGI and be 2D animation.
Bro, that's so funny because I watched A New Hope, Star Wars, the first one.
Nice.
And like they, like where they re-edited everything into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this technology is now, this technology is now out of date, and so it looks even worse. And they should have just left the original things. Like, I just want to watch the puppets and animatronics instead of these weird, terrible CGI stuff. I think that would be the same kind of situation here.
For sure. For sure. What was I gonna say?
You were going to sing.
I know. I think I was going to segue back to the beginning because...
Hi, guys. You got to record an episode.
Well, yeah, we do need to record an episode after this. But yeah, like, we're talking about... like
it might release 2 weeks later. Don't
what
be
is
mad
it?
at us. It might release 2 weeks later. Don't be mad at us.
Oh, yeah. All right, listen. All right, I'm going to stand up for this one. Listen, for the can of worms. Okay, we're standing up. Listen, I got to say right now... and I don't think it was any of you precious babies in the chat right now, but I think we got a lot of comments.
No, you're all perfect.
We got a lot of comments on our last episode that launched on Thursday last week about how it was problematic that we pre-recorded an episode to release on the Thursday, which is a day that we've been releasing episodes on literally for 2.5 years. That's like not a new thing. We pre-recorded an episode to publish an episode on when the Switch came out, and it was about the Switch, and we got like 50% of the comments in the first 48 hours were that we're just criticizing that we did not know the release date of Legends EA. We know what it is. Obviously, we know what it is. And the other main criticism was that, dude, people were saying that we were shady, that we're unreputable, that it's like deceitful, that we're like not. They were like, oh yeah, you should really let us know ahead of time if you're pre-recording these. I'm like, what are you, stupid? Like, it's a recording. Recordings are pre-recorded. What do you think a recording is? This is ridiculous.
That goes behind us. It gets sent to an editor and gets edited.
Insane.
We can't just throw these out like that, man.
That's insane.
The funny thing, too, is that it's literally, you can look at the timestamps. The ZA segment is 7 minutes, and there's only one new thing about ZA, and that is the release date. So, like, yeah, you got us in a 7-minute segment of a 1 hour and 45-minute video.
Than 7 minutes.
We said one thing. We said we don't know the release date, and we did know the release date. So you got us.
Wow.
I'm quitting.
You got us.
I have to distance myself from Hidden Power. It's not a corporation that I feel like I should be a part of anymore.
Guys,
of this.
I wanted to go in on the comments, and I didn't, but I kept typing things and then deleting the things.
I did reply to one, and then I didn't hit send. I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, this is crazy.
What's funny is I'm pretty sure that we recorded it, and the next day
it was
the next day.
It was the next day
that they were like, "Oh, here's a shadow drop that you could never predict in your wildest dreams that this was going to happen." Actually, we kind of did predict it. Like that day, but
that day we were getting vibes.
Yeah, we were getting vibes, but it doesn't matter. It could have just been another day where it's like, we think it's going to happen today, and then it didn't happen, but it did this time. And a week later, we put up the episode. And what are we gonna do?
It's like what? Like, seriously, do y'all just want us to, like, in the future? I want to know. Do y'all want us to just scrap the whole minute 45?
Yeah.
Or hour 45-minute episode?
To anyone that was
one line.
Yeah. To anyone that was turned off by that, please continue to watch the rest of that video because I love.
It's such a good episode. It's such a good episode.
We went such a good video.
And people said we were like
the rest of the episode.
And it was crazy. I'm showing all the comments right now. It's just kind of insane. Like, officially not reputable. Someone was like, it's super disappointing to see a podcast recorded a week ago, at least, to time it with the Switch 2 release. We always release episodes on Thursday. The content is highly repetitive, but you guys dropped the ball this time. And there was another comment about, like, the fact that we never do any, that we fell off, that we never do anything that's creative anymore. And you know what I said? I said, hey, if you go back, the last 2 months, we've released 5 deep dives, and you probably haven't seen any of those. I didn't say all this, but I was like, you probably didn't see any of those because the views are so low, because we're actually doing things for passion and not just for the views. So sue us for doing one episode that is, I guess it's the second episode of the
We're doing this for fun too, guys. We're doing this.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Listen, that made me so mad, and I felt good because usually I get mad, and you guys are like, don't worry about it. And this time you guys were like, I'm pissed. You guys were like,
no, I did.
I was not pissed. But
I was mad. I was mad.
What are these people?
Ungrateful. And I'm not talking about you guys watching right now. What happens is we put out a video that reaches new audiences, and the crazy people start cycling in. And I don't know. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, we appreciate everyone who's watching right now. But that's what's going. Yeah, I know. I was not expecting that. I got pretty heated for that. Let's see. Yeah, listen, okay. Classic plug. We got to do this. But we got a summer sale going on right now at shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. There's links in the description. If you want to get your merch, you want to get some awesome clothes for the summertime. Listen, I've been outside every single day doing yard work. I'm so excited to go to the beach. We got so many awesome designs, over 50 designs on the website, are 15% off. We're rocking a summer sale. That 15% off is higher than the percent off that members and Patreon members get. So definitely go take advantage of that. This is pretty good. 52 days left, 50 items, 15% off. Shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. Go discover what you might want to add to your collection. And also, thank you guys for all the support today. If you do want to get a bunch of bonus episodes this week, we got a brand new Secret Power episode that's going to be available that'll be out on Thursday, and it's going to be available to Patreon members and YouTube channel members as well. only, and that'll be out. What else? What else do we got to plug? We're on Twitch. Is it twitch.tv/Hidden Power Podcast? It's just Hidden Power Podcast on Twitch. We're live right now on Twitch. We're live right now, which is pretty cool.
Twitch.tv/Hidden Power Podcast.
Let's see if I can even pull it up. I just want to show you guys. Again, I'm not even sure how we're really going to be using this. We're live right now. We can see it right here. We're live.
Look, that's us.
There's only 2 people
watching us.
But we are here. So, anyways, go give us a follow. I think there is an opportunity in the future for us. If we ever want to do stuff that's not Pokemon, it might show up here. I think that's maybe the potential, right? I don't know how you guys feel, but like, I feel like Twitch doesn't operate the same way as YouTube, where it's like if we want to talk about something, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like if there's ever something we want to talk about,
I don't get it, but we'll figure it out.
You don't get Twitch?
I mean, I do and I don't. I feel like it's more for live streaming.
That's what I'm saying. Like if there's something that we wanted to talk about, I don't know what else we could use it for, but now we're multi-streaming. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube.
We'll find out.
Pick your preference.
Global domination? Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone's talking about your light mode, Dusty. Light mode is rough, man.
What, just like in Chrome?
Yeah, just that you use it. Like everything for me is always dark mode.
It is.
Well, that makes sense. You're so
psychotic.
Come on. It's better on my eyeballs. I like it.
It's concerning.
No, actually, it probably isn't.
I'm dark mode on my phone, but not on desktop. Listen, go check out that episode from last week. I thought it was pretty good. Maybe skip ahead 5 minutes because we don't know the Legend ZA. We don't know the Legend ZA release.
We talked about more than just that. Than with Legend ZA, we like literally just mentioned it in one time.
It was a 7-minute segment of a 1 hour 45-minute video. That's like literally 7%.
Yeah.
The thing about that video, I'll just say it this way: we tried to set the table first.
Yeah.
We set the table. And then we got into the meal towards the end, and that's kind of what happened.
That was the unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden. Was it good? Sure, but
is that the main course?
You got a meal coming.
Olive Garden.
Oh my goodness!
I don't want to be Olive Garden.
Let's end with this.
Let's face it, we're the Olive Garden of the Pokemon community.
No, Lumi, someone cut this. Where's the producer? Cut that out. That's not true at all. That's not true.
All
at
the
all.
Italians cringe.
We Carabas at least, man.
Lumi, I love you, but I'm judging your food a little bit. Your diet a little bit.
I don't like Olive Garden, but I do like Carabas.
Carabas is good.
Yeah, it is decent. It's decent.
What was I gonna say, guys? Back on track. We do need to end, but what are you excited to play next on your Switch 2? Because there's a bunch of games coming out.
Legend ZA.
Is that it?
or Metroid Prime.
Yes, Legend ZA.
I
really want to play Metroid Prime.
I think I need to get Metroid. I think I need to get Mario Kart.
You should.
This is my computer making
It's fun.
noise right now.
It's fun.
I think. Yeah, honestly, it's probably Legend ZA because I'm still playing. I'm still playing Violet.
Actually, I want to change my answer. Because we all feel in ZA, but Soul gave a different answer to Metroid, so I'm going to go with Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
Ooh, yeah, I am excited to play that. That's pretty exciting. That's going to be fun.
You really going to spend that money to get that whole thing?
I pay for it already.
I've never played it, so I want to.
It's not that much money. It's like the price of one. It's less than the price of one game.
Yeah, because
for the whole year.
The Switch Online, I would just need the premium or whatever. And you figure too, okay, I play Coliseum and then I can cancel it if I want to cancel it. If there's nothing else I want to play, because I do also kind of want to play Wind Waker. That's already on there.
Yeah.
Yes, you should. You should.
I did open up Wind Waker. I actually probably will play that soon. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Listen, we're gonna go record an episode. You guys will see that episode in probably a week. Let's say
it will be pre-recorded.
Is that all right with you guys?
It's gonna be a deep dive though, anyway, isn't it? So
Jake's right.
Yeah, Jake said we should. Deep dive, but tomorrow they'll shadow drop a trailer that completely undoes everything we said in the deep dive.
Yeah, we should split a family plan, guys.
Ooh,
that's not a bad idea.
Save $20. Listen. All right, love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, we didn't even read this. Hold on, we didn't even read this. Mark has been a box legendary member for 20 months. We didn't even read this, Mark. I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Mark.
He said he pre-ordered ZA for the Switch 2 without owning the Switch 2 yet. Fingers crossed I can secure one by October. That's crazy,
Mark,
dude.
You are a madman.
That's crazy.
No, listen, I read online that you can actually play the Switch 2 version on your Switch 1.
You can. If you buy a Switch 1 version and then later you get a Switch 2, you can pay to upgrade your Switch 1 from the
I'm
shop.
talking about the opposite.
Really?
I'm talking about the opposite.
Oh,
You can
play
play a Switch 2 version.
Ooh, yes, you're right. I saw that with Tears of the
ZA.
Kingdom. Yes.
Yeah, you can buy a Switch 2 version of Legends ZA, and it will function and play on the Switch, but it's just it'll be like the Switch. Yeah.
Gym Leader
Just
G,
wild. So-
that's insane.
I almost did too, because I was like, you can wait to actually get a Switch 2. You can get the Switch 2 version. Either way, they made it accessible to where what you said, Lumi, where you could get the Switch 1 version and then just upgrade it anyway. So you're good no matter what.
Yeah.
They want you to buy their things.
Mark says he has faith in himself. And you know what, Mark?
Nice.
I have faith in you too.
Yeah, same. You get that shiny Mareep as your profile. I love that. Someone just brought. I had a good idea. Iceberger suggests a deep dive on rock type. That would be cool. But then I was thinking, I'm like, to make these episodes a little spicier, it could be kind of fun to like bring on like a rock specialist. There's probably like rock YouTubers. Rock YouTubers.
But we can bring on Brock.
No, but he's not a real person. I'm talking about like a real person.
What if we brought on Bo Rock Obama?
No. Hold on. No. I'm talking about
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I'm talking about like
The Rock would
a
be more
granite.
appropriate.
I'm talking about like a granite like
Talking about an
influencer.
archaeologist.
Yeah, like a
An
geologist.
archaeologist.
There's
You know,
probably some
personally,
like
I think it'd be fun to
YouTubers.
bring on Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but sure, fine.
No, I'm talking about like real smart people. Bring them on and we'll be like, listen, this Pokemon's awesome because of X, Y, and Z. And they go, and it's based on this type of rock. Fun fact, this type of rock is associated with this. And then we can be like, that's why it learns this type of move.
Where's the rock guy that really likes Pokemon at the same time?
No, they won't know Pokemon. We'll know Pokemon. That's what a collaboration is. We bring them on because they know rocks. We don't know rocks.
Pokemon Geological Surveyor.
I'm being serious. I'm not even making a joke. Like that's a real
I know
thing.
you are.
There's
I'm
YouTubers who
down.
like specialize in like rocks.
If you can find that YouTuber, bring him on over. I don't care.
I found a guy, he had Introduction to Geology, and his name is Professor Dave Explains, and he's a professor.
There it is.
So
There it is. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shop.Hidden Power Podcast. We got the summer sale. Go activate that. Go claim your codes. And also join the Discord. Get access to all of our other bonus content in Secret Power Podcast episodes by becoming a channel member on YouTube or on Patreon. Links are in the description. Thank you guys so much. We're live on Twitch.